have to tell you, this is my favorite event that we put on. I get teary-eyed. You guys are amazing what you do. You know, giving back to other people. And I have to say, you're all so humble about it. When I say to you, thank you for volunteering and giving us your time, you say, oh, we're glad to do it, always. So just had to say that right off. Thank you for coming out, and we're going to get started with the mayor of Farmington Hills giving us a welcome.
Morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Senior Division's annual volunteer breakfast and thank the Division of Adults 50 and Better for setting this up, and as well as the Farmington Area Commission on Aging for hosting this every year. This is an exciting event because it gives us an opportunity to really show our appreciation to all of you for what you do for this great community. And as you probably picked up on, you wish those little packets of money were real. But the theme, and it would be great. We would love to be able to hand you packets of money. But I'm pretty sure that that would be some kind of violation and coercion somewhere along the line. But the theme is thanks a million. So the $1 million question becomes, why are you all here? You don't get paid for your volunteering. You can try. But you don't get the awards for your work. What you get is our appreciation. When you give and you volunteer your time and your talents, you get the sincere gratitude of your community. And honestly, one of the exciting things is that your community members giving back to the community, and the community is receiving that from you. And it strengthens all of us as a community when we work together. It's not a paid staff member doing something in the community. It's people who have love of their fellow man, and they appreciate the community in which they live. That's why you're here. That's why you give. It may not be money, but that's why you give that precious commodity of time, because we don't all get that back. So we definitely want to say thank you for that and show the appreciation, and this is our way of doing that. We gather together here every year to tell you that you're 1 in a million. Well, you're more like 200 in a million, but you're truly here, you're dedicated, you're committed, and honestly, it's time that you all have a round of applause. So join me. Thank you all. A million thanks to you. Our volunteers deserve that. As volunteers, one of the exciting things is that you're known for your service, your kindness, your dedication, your devotion to serving these people in the community. And back in the day, I feel kind of old saying that. And I will tell you that back when we started the senior division, who would have thought that we had the kind of turnout that we did? This community was a lot smaller, and it was a little bit cohesive, but who would think that we would be serving the needs of thousands of people within our community every year? And we couldn't if it weren't for you. So I'll give you a couple of statistics, because in 2018, our seniors transportation program partnered with SMART, arranged and provided over 21,000 rides for older adults and those that are among us that have disabilities. The senior nutrition program, and every year I have the opportunity to speak either here or at the State of the City address. The statistic just keeps growing. Last year, we provided over 109,000 meals through our nutrition program. that makes us a very, very busy restaurant. On the more active end of the spectrum, the members of the Cycling for Active Adult group participated in 145 rides last year. They were all organized by one volunteer member. In addition, there are a million little things that the volunteers do. They add up to make a huge impact in our society, in our community, and more importantly, the quality of life here in our great city of Farmington Hills. Volunteers do things like teach classes, answer phones, set up transportation appointments, work in the gift shop, do home repairs, a million different things. Baking and selling blueberry pies and bakery goods, cookies, and so forth. So you get the idea. We respect the time that you invest in that. But you should probably know that last year, that time amounted to over 25,000 hours of volunteer time. 25,000 hours that you collectively put together. And I did a little back of the envelope calculation. The federal government sets a volunteer hour with a certain dollar value, and you are approaching that $1 million mark. You're up over, you're coming up on $700,000 worth of volunteer time and effort. So thank you for that. You deserve to feel like $1 million for all the fantastic work that you do and all the dedication you show to this community. So again, thanks a million for being here, and thank you. I hope you enjoy this morning's event, and it makes you feel special like the special folks you are. I want to quickly introduce, I have Dr. Teresa Rich, one of our council members, is here, and also our state representative, Christine Gregg, is here, and I think she'll be coming up a little bit later. And it is my honor to introduce the former mayor of Farmington, who is joining us. Mayor Schneemann is unable to be here this morning, but former Mayor Galvin, so I can still call him Mayor Galvin, is here to bring you some words from the city of Farmington.
Good morning. Mayor Schneemann could not be here this morning, but I'm glad I could be. I thought I was coming to opening day, but I got redirected. And this is actually better than opening day because it's warm, and both temperature-wise as well as the room and all the personalities and all of our friends here that are with us today. I want to thank everybody on behalf of Farmington for everything that you do. I was looking briefly through the brochure and the program for this morning, and the names of the awards that are given out, and it's a who's who of past senior volunteers, and everything that you do, you're following in some pretty big footsteps, and you're filling them better than anybody could ever expect. Farmington's a great partner with Farmington Hills, as we all know, and we rely on the work from Marcia and everything that you all do for our senior citizens as well. So I just wanted to say thank you for a quick moment, and keep up the good work, and go Tigers.
All right. I hope the staff is all ready, and we'll enjoy our breakfast this morning. So we'll be back and have a little entertainment for you soon. Hi, once again, I'm Marcia Coet, Senior Division Supervisor. And every year, I take my speech and I put it in bigger font. In my paper, it's like I'm going to need before it's all over, to get it started here. So, once again, Sid and Jennifer Zach, they did a great job. And so I'm going to introduce, I think we have a couple city officials still left here. I know they have meetings and stuff. It's not that they don't want to be here. But Okay, so Deputy Director Brian Farmer's over there in the corner. And let's see. I believe, Chief of Police had to leave. I hope there's nothing wrong. They're saying no in the back, so that's a good thing. Jill Pines, who works with us for information, public information for the city, is here, and she helps us with other projects. And there you go. My staff that's here, Anna, who was just on stage. Anna and Angela are both programmers here. They do a wonderful job. I stay out of their way and say, you decorate the place, and they always come up with something beautiful. So great theme this year. Our office assistant, Karen Sazak, is here, I think, still, or was outside in front. She's here, there she is. Their back table. Lori Lee's here. Most of you know her from Conway Hall. And, Andrea Ali, she's our new, she works with, as our assessor for the Meals on Wheels program. Our nutrition coordinator is Teresa Bryant. She's in the back of the room. She was also named one of the employees of the year. Well deserved. Yeah. Okay. So today we have with us, I usually call him Bill, but he promised me he'd wear his best blue jeans today, but he cleaned up even better. Bill Coleman, William Coleman, Sir William Coleman. Okay. And then, of course, the whole staff in the kitchen, I'm sure they're still back there, but I need to recognize them. You know, what a great meal, huh? Yeah. Right out of our kitchen, Meals on Wheels. Who knew? We all thought it was like mac and cheese and awful tuna noodle, but this is really, they're good cooks, right? So Christine Johnson is the supervisor in the kitchen, does a wonderful job ordering food, coming up with great menus and recipes, and always trying to improve things for us. So kudos to them and her. I have to mention our sponsors because they're great to us. Our Farmington Area Commission on Aging, up at the table there, they're sponsored this event. At the back table, of course, Notting Hill of West Bloomfield. And every year, Schroeder Flowers is so generous to provide flower arrangements for our award winners. So Tom Brokaw said, this great quote I liked very much. It's easy to make a buck, but it's a lot tougher to make a difference. Yeah, that's a good quote. I wish I would have thought of it. But thanks a million for choosing to make a difference, because it is a choice of you being here. You know, over the weekend, and the staff is going to groan because I never miss an opportunity to mention my granddaughter, but we were over at the Longacre House, and we went to the Princess Tea. What a great event. And Cinderella shows up and the whole bit. And we go out on the way back to the car. I said, Margot, would you like to do this again? She goes, again and again and again. You know, she's almost 5, just adorable curly hair. But I thought about it, like, what makes you guys come back again and again and again and do all you do for other people? Very good. Love. Love, dedication, kindness, looking out for other people. That's what you do. So again and again, we say thank you. Yeah. To all of you. So we are privileged to have just over 350 volunteers who work with our division, 50 and better, to serve the older adults in this community. You are such an important part of our organization, And really, this breakfast is that we really want you to know it. So there you go. Know it. So I'd first like to acknowledge, of course, our commissioners from the Commission on Aging who work on so many neat projects. And I'm going to just mention some of our current projects that we're working on. Our Communications Committee is beginning the process, again, of updating our adult directory, which we also have online. So it's all the services that are available to you locally and county-wide and even region-wide. Our Volunteer Breakfast Committee did a great job, didn't they? Yes. Our Education Committee is working on a caregiver workshop this fall in the evening for caregivers. We know they're an important part of this puzzle to taking care of our older adults. And we're restarting a project that the Commission did way before I got here in 2009, and it's called A Community for a Lifetime. I bet a lot of you don't know it, but we are designated an age-friendly community for a lifetime. We were the first community, Farmington and Farmington Hills, in Oakland County to do this. At the time, we were only like 3 or 4 in the state had done this. So what an achievement. And we're now going to start that assessment again, looking at all the criteria that make a city great for aging and young people too. So aging in this community. An important endeavor because, of course, there's about 19,000 older adults, over the age of 60 in the community, and in the next 10 years, that's going to swell to 30,000 people. Shoulder to shoulder with a lot of older adults. And that's a good thing. Older adults offer a lot of good things to a community. So that's one of the Community for Lifetime is one of our committees we're reopening. And a special thanks, of course, to Jerry Ferrari. He assists the Commission with updating our website, and he's so kind to do that. So thank you, Jerry. I must, of course, mention all the guys in the blue jean and women in the blue jean shirts, our tax assistant volunteers. By the end of this season, they expect to complete 670 tax returns. That's a lot. And get this total, the cumulative, big word, total for refunds will be $860,000. Wow. So that's, of course, as a group, not as an individual. So another successful year, and I thank the tax volunteers. We have chore volunteers who do small, odd projects for older adults. It's a small group, but they're a mighty group and do some really nice things. We're so lucky to have them as volunteers. And, giving them a quick call, and all of a sudden they're just able to do these projects that make a difference. We have volunteers who brighten everyone's day by calling daily homebound seniors in the community. Your words go a long way towards making the Homebound Seniors Day. It's a nice touch base with them. Real cool group, which, they're always in those neon great shirts, is our bike club leaders. They did, of course, as the mayor said, 145 rides last year. Their designations included Detroit area parks and trails, Kensington, West Bloomfield Trail. Many local rides began from Heritage Park. The group leaders, and I think there's about 8 of them, 7 or 8, lead these groups, and Anna works one-on-one with them and distributes through email where they're going to start their rides. And what a cool group. And they're active year-round now, made friends. There's 80-something of them strong, over 100 members. They go to picnics, they go to concerts, often combining that with a ride. They go to movie nights, hikes in Heritage Park, snowshoeing, and mall walking. So what started as an idea really bloomed. And once again, Anna Durham, she's the contact, and she's the one who helps facilitate those ride leaders for a really successful program. So on to our Sojourn Bear volunteers. Joyce Weigel. About monthly, about 20 volunteers, it's 18 some months, 22 other months, meet and create personalized bears for people who have cancer. And during the last year that they completed just over 200 bears. So the bears are truly a comfort, of course, but we have to mention one of our very unique members who's been a long-time volunteer for the group. Ione Schuster, are you here? Oh, could you stand up for us? Can we all say hi to her? Yeah. Ione, I have to say it, and we'll sound up the music, of course. She's having a unique birthday this year. She will be turning 100 at the end of the month. So join me in.
Who wants Sid to start? A special happy birthday
Acapella,
to Ione.
our favorite way to do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ione. Happy birthday to you. Have many more.
Happy birthday, Ione. That is a very, very special birthday.
Thank you. Thanks for volunteering. Thanks, guys. We have other leaders, but happy birthday, of course. We do have other volunteers and leaders. Of course, our Pinnacle and Bridge group has leaders who work and organize those groups. We have support group leaders who speak and provide resources. They're great listeners. And I've noticed how wonderful, and they treat the members with respect and kindness. That can't be overlooked. It's a very important piece of the job. We have police handicap enforcement volunteers. These wonderful people, and I say wonderful, wrote 234 handicap parking violations. So let that be a wonderful, wonderful, beware, don't park in a handicapped zone in this city. Fair warning, right? But they're out on their own time, and they, poor weather, and they really, it's a service to our older adults and people with disability in the community. So fair warning. Okay, we have wonderful volunteers. The whole gift shop is really run by volunteers, right? They, you, and I have to thank you, all you people who clean out a closet or a drawer and bring in odd items. We sell them with the help of our wonderful volunteers, and the money goes to, projects that support people with low income within Farmington and Farmington Hills. So great project. We have bingo callers, three very popular women. They work twice a week for us, Tuesdays and Thursdays, but also for our special events and our parties. So thank you, you popular bingo ladies. Of course, we know our Meals on Wheels packers and drivers. As the mayor also said, 604 meals last year. And I'm sure you feel like, yeah, that's for sure, because you packed those meals. You delivered those meals, you know. Big thank you to those volunteers who pack and deliver meals on Thanksgiving morning, Christmas morning, and Easter morning. That's very nice service. A thank you. In the past year, 2 corporations have joined us and allowed their employees to use their volunteer time to support Meals on Wheels. Dynamic Computer Corporation packed over 200 emergency meal boxes, and Service Packers while you're on vacation in the summer, so on Fridays. So thank you to Dynamic Computer Corporation. And TD Auto Finance has over 30 trained and working in teams of 2. They've taken over a route on Tuesdays. So, like to see those corporate volunteers also. So thank you to both corporations. We have a couple of volunteers who really put out a pretty much daily individual effort here at the Costick Center. Dennis, who could be with us today, but I promised I'd send home with him a pop, is our official greeter for all our special events. Neil, hey Neil. Has his own duties in Conway Hall. He is on milk duty daily. He's moving carts and assisting Meals on Wheels drivers carrying out items out to the car. And pretty much anything else we ever ask him, Neil's willing to do. So thanks, Neil. So John Lapine, former Volunteer of the Year, but he's also still with us and doing great work for us. He does odd jobs for us daily, but he's especially helpful with the Cenex clients and working with older adults with dementia. It takes a special kindness for that. So thank you, John. And there's my buddy Jack, my right-hand man, right? Yay. Jack also works in Conway Hall. He refills supplies. He is a runner between the kitchen and the dining room, distributes condiments during lunch, delivers meals to the Cenex program, and helps set up and serve with me at parties. So he kind of sticks by me and does all those crazy things I forgot. So thank you, Jack, for being the glue that kind of holds a lot together. Don't we have a lot of people? We office helpers. We have helpers who sort, file, answer phone, roll silverware for parties, and do odd jobs. So thank you to those office people that do a lot of good things. And as you can see, we love to do parties and special events. And we have many volunteers who help us set up. Even Nina came out, even though she's been acknowledged as an award winner, she was out here yesterday helping to set the room. Hey, Nina. Oh, I'm getting the evil eye. So volunteers for our parties help us make cookies, work at the cookie booth, set up rooms, and help at the expo, community Thanksgiving dinner. So nice groups. I have to acknowledge a couple other groups. PKC every year is a major sponsor for our community Thanksgiving feast, but they're also good and kind to us to send out an army of volunteers. And the Exemplar Club, the same thing. Great sponsors, great volunteers at that. Breakfast where we scoop food, cut turkey for 500 people. And I have to acknowledge so many staff from the Costick Center, City Hall, Fire Department, and Police Department who come here and serve food during their lunch hour. This is staff who comes during their lunch hour, scoops food for our parties. So thank you to all the staffs that got the outside tables at the other ends of the rooms. So thank you, staff. Now, I don't know if all of you know about our SAGE program. We work with the schools. We match up senior volunteers with the elementary school teachers, and they work side by side, 1 or 2 mornings a week usually, to help those students math and reading. So great project, and usually with reading and math. So thank you to our SAGE volunteers. Good list of people. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the volunteers who give so much of themselves and expect so little in return. Thank you all. So next up is our Commission on Aging Awards. I'd like to introduce 3 members of our commission. Jane Frost, Mary Buchanan, and Colleen Irvin. So come on up, ladies. And at this time, if Christine Gregg is available, it would be helpful if she came up. She had to leave. I will give out the state awards. Who knew, huh?
Good morning. I'm Jane Frost, and as Marcia said, I'm on the Commission on Aging. This morning, in addition to recognizing some exceptional volunteers over the age of 50, the Commission on Aging is pleased to introduce a new award. The Community Commitment Award recognizes a community-based organization or business which goes above and beyond its mission or its business model to serve the older adults in Farmington and Farmington Hills. To that end, we are pleased to recognize the first recipient of this award, Bush's Fresh Food Market at the Farmington Hills store. Started in 1975 as a family venture with 2 stores, Bush's is now a privately held, independent supermarket chain based in Ann Arbor, Michigan. They operate 16 stores in southeastern Michigan and employ about 1,400 associates. As you may know, Bush's supports local farms, food producers, and businesses, providing shoppers with a vast array of local products year-round. As a family-owned Michigan grocer, Bush's believes it's important to be an active member of the communities where they're located. They support education. You can enroll in Bush's Cash for Education program and start earning money for your local school every time you grocery shop. They support the Scouts, school bands, and the Salvation Army by providing them with a spot to connect with shoppers near the store entrance. And every week, Bush's donates to local food banks, such as Forgotten Harvest, which serves Metro Detroit. I thought I would take a few minutes just to share with you a couple of examples of how Bush's supports the special needs of older adults in our community. To those who are 65 years or better and have signed up for a My Way member card, Bush's extends a 10% discount every Tuesday. To give you an idea how many people they serve, the Farmington Hills stores averages 430 My Way senior discount transactions on Tuesdays. Doing the math, that's over 1,800 senior discounts per month and well over 22,000 senior discounts in a given year here in our community. The Farmington Hills store manager has identified a couple of cashiers whom the seniors tend to favor, as evidenced by some seniors' willingness to wait in longer lines just to connect with that special cashier. It's a relationship. Recognizing this, the manager purposely schedules these cashiers on Tuesdays and Sundays, which tend to be the busiest days for senior shoppers. Bush's donates bread and desserts to the Farmington Hills Senior Division for our Meals on Wheels. And they also often donate food and bottled water to other special services here at the Costick Center. And then lastly, Bush's has contributed bottled water to the American Legion, Post 346 of Farmington, for their visits to our farmers markets on the days where members grill and sell hot dogs to raise money for area veterans. Bush's exemplifies what it means to make a commitment to our community. They are an active member of the greater Farmington area. They promote good health with their farm-to-table produce and everyday staples. By supporting local farms and products, they are ensuring that we will continue to have access to a healthy and abundant local food system. Central to their business model is to know and be responsive to their guests, to become a valued member of the community, and to serve that community through charitable giving, enriching the lives of all ages in a manner that makes the community, our community, more vibrant, more livable. Here to accept the Community Commitment Award on behalf of Bush's Fresh Food Market is store manager Tim Surma. Please join me in welcoming Tim.
Well, first off, I just want to thank everybody, and I want to thank you got that there? Okay. I want to thank everybody as far as who nominated Bush's, as far as nominating us for this award. Again, being the first time, which is just outstanding. And really, as a company, we really tried as far as help our seniors, as far as discounts and making it a little bit easier to shop for them. So again, thanks everybody, and I'll take this back to the store, and thanks again.
Good morning. I'm Mary Buchanan. I'm also a member of the Commission on Aging. It's my privilege to present the Margaret Loretas Diamond Award, which is presented to a Farmington or Farmington Hills resident who is 75 or better and who has performed outstanding service to the community. This year's recipient is Roland Wald, whose volunteer activities span over 50 years. If you have watched Channel 7 through the years, you have probably seen their call for action. For many years, Roland was a member of the volunteer team. He answered phones. He listened to problems and complaints. He lent a sympathetic ear. And then he sought resources for helping these callers. He continues this volunteerism at the Jewish Vocational Services, where he continues to help others and counselors by keeping paperwork organized and filed. Roland is a wonderful example of a person who has aged well in Farmington Hills. At age 94, he maintains an apartment, cooks his own meals, walks when weather permits. He is a proud veteran. He is a former member of the Commission on Aging, where he actually worked with Margaret Loretas on Project Healthy Living. He is generous with his time and talents. His positive attitude and concern for others makes him a perfect choice for the Margaret Loretas Diamond Award. Roland, if you'd like to come up.
When I first heard this award was April 4th, I thought I was going to be the first pitch today. But I'm very pleased to accept this award today.
Good morning, everyone. I got the tall one here. My name is Colleen Irvin. I am a Farmington Hills resident, and I am also a member of the Commission on Aging. And I am honored to be here with you to present the Gold Award on behalf of the Farmington Area Commission on Aging and the City of Farmington Hills Adults 50 and Better program. The Gold Award is presented to an individual 50 years of age or better who is current and active volunteering in Farmington or Farmington Hills. Receiving the Gold Award confirms that the individual has gone above and beyond in their volunteer contributions within our community. The award is an opportunity to publicly recognize and honor them for all their ongoing commitments. Today is a special day for the cities of Farmington and Farmington Hills because there's not only one, but there are two winners. So what a great community that we have so many that are winning. So the first award, Vaughn, do you want to come up and stand next to me as I say kind words about you? So this is Vaughn White, and Vaughn is a Farmington Hills resident who's been volunteering his time with Hospice of Michigan for 18 years. His nominator had this to say about him. Vaughn is an incredibly committed volunteer. He visits at least one hospice patient per week, but often 2 or 3. He forms connections and relationships with these patients that increase their quality of life immeasurably. He provides companionship as well as much-needed respite visits to family caregivers so that they can take a break from the home. Vaughn provides peace of mind for these caregivers when he visits them. Vaughn is a veteran of the United States Air Force and spends a lot of time visiting with other veteran patients as they feel more comfortable sharing their life reflections with him. Vaughn also participates in ceremonies honoring fellow veterans, which are always more meaningful when he's there. When asked to describe additional information that makes the nominee extraordinary, Vaughn's nominator said, "His commitment to our nonprofit organization is demonstrated consistently, not only through his unending willingness to visit our patients, but his dedication to lifelong learning. Whenever there's an educational opportunity or special training, Vaughn will always be sure to attend. His desire to be the best he can be is inspiring. I have observed other volunteers in awe of his commitment, and they often ask him for mentoring advice. Vaughn serves as a great example to fellow volunteers, and I believe he's an inspiration to them. Vaughn has visited over 34 patients and has helped out at numerous events. He's a volunteer who is always willing to sit at the bedside of patients who are in their final moments of life. He creates a peaceful environment and provides an important presence for them who may have passed alone otherwise. It takes a special volunteer to be up for that task, but he's always there when we need him. Vaughn is one of those rare volunteers that is considered a backbone to a volunteer program, and we are so grateful for his service. Please join me in congratulating Gold Award winner Vaughn White.
Good morning. You know, in this life, relationships is everything. It's the most important thing we can do with and to each other. I've been given the opportunity through Hospice of Michigan for the last 20 years to develop some very special relationships. I'm thankful, I'm grateful for this honor, and I hope I can go another 20 years. Yeah.
Okay, our next Gold Award winner is my friend, Diana Liss. Diana, you want to come up? Diana is going to be a friendly face, familiar friendly face to many of you. Almost all of the organizations that have been mentioned today, Diana's been a part of, which is pretty exciting. So Diana is a Farmington Hills resident, and she's been giving her time to the Exemplar Club and the Exemplar Foundation, the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce, the American Legion, Relay for Life, and most recently, CARES. Her nominator had this to say about her. When I first met Diana 20 years ago, I felt a friendship right away. She was always so supportive and encouraging, and she laughed at my jokes even though they weren't funny. Everyone loves Diana. Diana is a bookkeeper by trade, and since retirement from the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce, she has continued to do this on a volunteer basis for the Exemplar Club, the Exemplar Foundation, both the organizations that she's been a part of for over 25 years. She's an integral part of the organization supporting the fundraising and continuing membership efforts. She also volunteers with the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce, her employer, for over 30 years. We love you for that. And Diana will wake up early to check guests into any networking events, presentations, or any event that they need a dedicated team player to attend. Most recently, Diana has taken on the bookkeeping efforts at CARES in Farmington Hills as a volunteer. This is a wonderful program for those in our community who need additional support to make it through some challenging times. If you have any questions, Todd Lipa's right back here. He can help you with that. In addition to volunteering her time with keeping up with financials, she's always willing to help wherever necessary. She's happy to give her time and support her community wherever they need her. Diana is also a member and volunteer through the American Legion and has held many successful fundraisers, including the famous spaghetti dinner, which I'm going to put a plug in, is next weekend. So, right, if you have any questions, you can talk to Denise about it. And this is for Relay for Life, their cancer knockout team. It's a team run through the American Cancer Society to bring funds to cancer research. Sadly, Diana is no stranger to cancer or its cruelty. She did lose a daughter at a young age. She has a surviving cancer survivor daughter at the table here, and then Diana's a survivor herself. So the fundraising and volunteering efforts is certainly a family affair at the Liss household, and she's passing it on. Diana's reason to fundraise is very personal and close to home. So when asked to describe additional information that makes this nominee extraordinary, this is what her nominator said. Even through all the hard and challenging times in her life, she still maintains that wonderful personality that everyone loves. She's courageous, generous, and a hardworking woman. It is an absolute honor to have her in my life, and I couldn't agree more. It is with my great pride and honor to present this gold award to my friend, Diana Liss.
Wow, that was really nice. She was talking about me? I can't believe it. I am so honored and grateful for this award. And this community is so great. So it's so easy to do. Everybody volunteers in this community. So we have a lot of good people. Thank you so much.
I'm going to ask Sir William Coleman to come to the stage.
Hi, I'm Bill Coleman. I'm the Senior Transportation Coordinator, and I'm glad that Marcia noticed I was wearing my best blue jeans today. Very nice that she noted that. 45 years ago, Loretta Conway began serving older adults in Farmington Hills, creating programs such as dinners, movies, speakers, crafts, projects, bingo. Each year, the Loretta Conway Senior Division Award is presented to a volunteer of outstanding dedication and service to the adults 50 and better program. Nina, will you join me, please? I know, come on. Nina Atkins retired from Farmington Public Schools and started volunteering here 5 years ago, working for parties, Meals on Wheels, and the transportation department. Every department I've contacted says she's touched consistently, mentions her willingness and ability to help out. When Nina walks into my transportation department, she brings a positive attitude that's just quite honestly infectious. She immediately wants to know how we're doing and what she can do to help. She verifies the accuracy of our driver schedules and questions any anomalies. That's kind of code for, are you sure that's what you really wanted to put down there? When talking to our clients, she is friendly, helpful, and extremely competent and compassionate. Nina is not looking for this acclaim, but I truly believe she deserves it. It is my honor to present to you Nina Atkins, the recipient of the 2019 Loretta Conway Senior Division Award.
Thank you so much. I'm really, really honored, and I can't tell you how much I love the city of Farmington and Farmington Hills, of which I've lived both, and the wonderful programs that they deliver to us in the senior and the disabled population. As a volunteer, we kind of get to see behind the scenes, and you should all be very proud of our city and what they offer to us. Thank you very much.
Teresa Bryant, our Senior Division Nutrition Coordinator. So she does all the grant work, a lot, I mean, that's how thick it is, for our Meals on Wheels and Congregate Meal Program.
Morning, everybody. Everybody doing okay? All right. So I have the privilege of giving the Aldo Vagnozzi Spirit Award, which was created in 2009 to honor the memory of Mr. Vagnozzi, who was a role model to volunteers. He held the distinction of being the first directly elected mayor of Farmington Hills, and he was a member of the Michigan State House of Representatives from 2002 to 2006. The 2019 Aldo Vagnozzi Spirit Award is Bob's show. Bob, would you come up, please? Bob is a volunteer driver for our Meals on Wheels program on Mondays. He's been delivering meals for over 20 years. He's also one of the drivers that I can count on for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter delivery, and that's ensuring that the seniors in our community who are alone on those days receive a special meal, a smile, and a kind word. Bob's smile and can-do attitude were some of the comments that his fellow drivers made about him in their recommendation for this award. He has the ability to keep everyone in a light and jovial mood as they prepare to deliver their meals. Included at Bob's table today are his Monday driver family, who came out to support him. And they came out to support Bob even though he teases on a regular basis. Bob's pleasant demeanor makes him a favorite among our clients. He truly represents what it means to be an outstanding volunteer. Congratulations, Bob. It was great delight to deliver this award to you.
As you can tell by the amount of water, I won't be up here long. You know, I had the privilege of being born in a part of western Pennsylvania, in a little town called Farmington. I was born there, and I'll die in another Farmington town. But the beauty of Meals on Wheels was when I retired from a company here in Detroit. I lived here for a little over 30 years now. I wanted to find out what MOW stood for, and obviously we all know, but I can't think of a finer thing to do with the rest of your life other than to give back. I can see so many people here in the audience that should be standing up here along with me because they're great contributors to what we do. But one of the advantages that the drivers have is that we get a chance to interface directly with the senior citizens. And now I remember the very first route that I had, and the woman involved was 96 years old. I rang the doorbell. She came to the door. She had makeup on. She had her hair done, and it looked like she was going to the prom. This is what it was all about. And to see the smile on their face and the way they say thank you for the meal, it's all the rewards you could possibly ask for. But just for a second, I would like to say one other thing. That being able to interface with those people is the wonderful thanks. But we have so many people that work here in the Costick Center, the people in the kitchen, the packers, the staff, that they never have the opportunity to see the warm thanks that we're given by our senior citizens. And I mean, it's fantastic. This warms your heart. And I would like to be a communicator to those people to pass on the thanks to all of them that never have an opportunity to meet those seniors, but contribute greatly in the amount of work that's done to make this program a success. So I would like to lead in a round of applause for those people. Well, thank you again. If the Lord's willing and gives me the chance to spend a lot more Mondays, I'll guarantee you I'll be spending them here at the Costick Center. Thank you.
Who knew, right?
Does anybody want to get married?
Oh, my God. That was awesome. How do I upstage that? That was great. So we're to the end of our program, but before I end, I would like all the award winners, including Tim, to meet me at that end of the room so we can take a picture of you for us and for the newspapers. And once again, thank you for your service, and we'll see you again next year. Another good year coming, right?